Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. One moment while I sort this out. We're back for match day. Watchalong Arsenal women away to the Ajax women's team in the second leg of the Champions League qualifying round before the actual proper group stage. So we have to win tonight after last week's debacle in one sense, because we were below our own usual standards in that game, apart from more so the first half. In the last few minutes of the second, we let ourselves down in the night. 2-2. There's no, thankfully, as people mentioned last week, there's no away goals. It is literally just like a normal match, basically. I do apologise. It's all to play for. And put the lineups on the screen again. Bear me a second while I sort this out. Wrong way round. Let's turn it down like that. That's me. No, of course not. Here's the thing. So tonight, Beth Mead, for some reason, I don't know why, has been rested on the bench. And this is the penultimate game before the women's international break. So if her being rested now makes no sense. There's no games at the weekend Arsenal-wise. I don't get why she's been rested, but she has been. Don't know why, but she's on the bench. Apart from that, we've got Zinsberger back in goal, and the back four, what we saw on last week and on Saturday, with Gay who's taking charge of the channel, with Victoria, Williamson, Raphael, and Kate Lee as the back four, Little, Leah Warty as the midfield pivot, as we're becoming accustomed to at Arsenal nowadays. Vivian Miedema in a new, more creative role as a Dennis Bergkamp role, as I put it, cam role, centre forward cam, and the front three of Katie McKay down the left, Katie Ford down the right, Stina Blackstenius down the middle, and on the bench, as I said, got Beth Mead on there. We've got Williams, Ruben Moy, BT Merlitz, Manham, Jordan Nobbs, Ira Bucci, Beth Mead, as I mentioned, Hurting, as it's pronounced Hurting, I don't know why. And our new goalkeeper, basically. Again, a name I can't pronounce. I'm not going to try to butcher it and offend a load of people. But yeah, as you can see as well, we are wearing our black kit. If you want to watch this as well, if you can't find anywhere to watch it, totally legit, Arsenal.com. As it says there, watch live, Arsenal.com, type it in, bang. And they'll be going live soon. I am literally, as it stands, multitasking because I am currently in the middle of cooking a dinner. So I will be disappearing before kickoff just to serve up in a moment. So do bear with me on that one. I've got to get my tab up now, haven't I? I've got to go into Arsenal.com myself. 5:55 there going live. Okay. See, I'm going up before Arsenal even go live.
Keeping her eye on the ball, she stayed
Off.
Leah Williamson and Beth Mead had an unforgettable summer with the Lionesses, and both made a tremendous impact in front of a
Agent Charles. We've been asked what I reckon the score will be tonight. It depends what Arsenal turns up. If we get the Arsenal team that we saw on Saturday against Tottenham for the entire match, ruthless in Ajax's faces, being relentless from the get-go, I said Arsenal win this 2-1 at least. I do see Ajax scoring a goal because they're at home and their tails will be up from last week's result, even though, as I say, second half they did fall off and we did dominate and we sort of been clear. But the fact they got that equaliser, I think that's a bit of a booster at home as well. But as I say, if we can turn up what we did on Saturday, also use Saturday's result and performance as a booster, as a confidence booster going into this, like I mentioned last Tuesday, I don't see why we can't get through tonight and win. I do reckon we'll win 2-1. But I see us either way. I see us getting through, but it will be a close game because their tails will be up, as I say. But yeah, if we get that's the thing. That's if we get that. If we get the team that turned up on Tuesday for the first half, especially against Ajax in the first leg, that's when it gets interesting, and that's when I'll start having my doubts, and that's when I'll get very concerned and very scared. Because this team deserves to be. Look at this squad of players. This is a squad and a team that deserves to be in the Champions League. Lineups on the screen, Adam. And the rest of your username, but yeah, the lineup is on the screen. Zinsberger, Victoria Vinvoda, Williamson, Raphael, Kately, Little and Morty as the pivot, Miedemar just in front as the Dennis Bergkamp role, Katie McCabe down in what would be Beth Mead's role down the right hand side, Caitlin Ford down the left, Stinius down the middle, and yeah. Again, for me, I don't get why Beth's being dropped to the bench. I don't get it. She's in form. This is the last Arsenal game before the women's international break. So it's not like there's another league game coming up this weekend. I know England play USA at Wembley, and there's another I can't remember also playing, but nevertheless, I don't get why she's being put on the bench. That's just me. I don't see. Again, it might sound harsh. I don't see why Stinius has been brought straight back into the fold as well in their starting 11 because, if I'm being honest, I was proven right on Saturday. I was at the game and I was proven right in my methods of thinking that she's better. We get better use out of her when she comes off the bench. She's more. You get more of an impact from her in that short amount of time, but it's more. You get more from her than you would do from her starting. I got proved right. Caitlin Ford down the middle worked fantastically. She was put down the middle, but she came out sometimes, and it worked. And even then, we've got an out-and-out striker on the bench we've just signed, who's Swedish as well. And I know we're trying to ease her in and all that, but this will be again. For me, this will be a perfect game for starting for the international break. Just give a bit of a run out. If it doesn't work, you've got Stina to come on, and as I say. I've proven right because last Tuesday I said I think we would get more out of Stina coming off from the bench, and then I was proven right on Saturday afternoon against Tottenham. She didn't start; she was on the bench, came on, and had more of an effect on the game. And somehow, even though I've seen it, everyone else has seen it. Jonas has gone. You know what, Stina, you're back in this starting 11. But look, it is what it is. I've got Stefan in the chat. How you doing, Stefan, my friend? Hope you're keeping well. Hope you had a good weekend as well. Oh, dear. Mr. Tom's in the chat as well. Hope you're keeping well as well, Mr. Tom. Looking after yourself. Are you? What? Aren't you? I believe. Words out. That'd be fantastic. I believe you're meeting up with Gary and a few of the guys over the weekend, North London Derby, and then they're coming to the Leeds game, aren't they? I think with yourself, or they're just going to a Leeds game in general. Gary has touched. Just for anyone that doesn't know, Gary has touched down on English turf this morning. Put a photo in the group chat on WhatsApp. It was at Acton when he was at Acton Town. This is basically for anyone that doesn't live in the UK, it's like the Piccadilly line / district. Teams are out, by the way. Not. I would have thought Ajax would have used this as an opportunity to use the Johan Cruyff Arena. They haven't. They've gone to what they normally use for the women's team. Okay. Good crowd turnout though. Got to say, it is Ajax, but you know what I'm saying. This baffles me why they didn't use the methods of Johan Cruyff Arena. Sorry. Oh, Ipswich lost. Okay. Only last. No, it's a Watchalong. It says in the title. It says it in the on the thumbnail as well. Watchalong. Live stream Watchalong. Clues in the title, guys. Like the Euro video about the men's and women's teams are sort of they don't share the men's stadium, the main stadium of the club. They have other deals of other clubs and they use their grounds instead. Clearly Ajax are doing the same here. But using that. And there's Serena. Serena's there. She's made a trip over to back to her motherland. Serena Weigman, the England women's head coach. She's there in the crowd. We'll be disappearing in like 2 minutes just to serve dinner, by the way. So do not go anywhere. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe. Do subscribe. Do smash that like button. And do share the content. And it does massively help out to get the channel noticed even more on the YouTube algorithm as well. It's hugely appreciated from my part as well. Noticed how certain bigger channel, by the way, has now suddenly jumped on the bandwagon of covering the women's game since Saturday. I only started on Saturday, guys, but now he's currently doing a live stream for this game as well. So it's like, I wonder what gave you the idea, mate, to jump on this bandwagon. Had no interest. He even said because I watched literally watched a bit of it. And hang on. While I was he even says, I don't know anything about the women's game. So literally doing it to get views. They're literally doing it for numbers and views, basically. Fantastic. Serena gives off a strict head teacher vibes. Yeah, but it works. Well, she's done something right because she's done something to the women's team that Phil Neville's fucking destroying 9 months prior. Close that down. Bloody hell. Teams haven't kicked off yet, still waiting for the kick-off. Where's Company standing in the middle of the pitch in a circle, just chatting by the looks of it. Quick little team talk before the game kicks off. Kim Little's given over something to the officials. And then having a quick again. Last team talk for the kick-off. Raphael's second Champions League match ever. And they're actually doing the same but near the touchline. This is going to be a very interesting game. We cannot do, as I said, if we turn up like we did on Saturday against them not down the road at the Emirates, if we can get that performance and harness that tonight, we'll be fine tonight. Vivian needs to turn up tonight as well and use her own rivalry to her advantage tonight. Because anyone that doesn't know, Vivian Miedema, she is from obviously Holland. She is a Feyenoord fan, huge Feyenoord fan, and anyone that knows anything, Feyenoord and Ajax, don't get on. Just like PSV and Ajax, there's rivalries, and they do not get on at all. We have kicked off, by the way. 15 seconds in to get the scoreboard up now. Bear with me. There we go. And we're off. I'm going to turn the volume up so let me know if you can hear the volume, guys. So, because I'm literally, while I'm round the corner, serving the dinner.
Early on, Williamson under a little bit of pressure, but doing well.
Go. Stina, you on side? Please be on side, Stina. Oh, what are you doing, Stina? No, that was too early. Oh, Kate McCabe. I should have got a pass. I should have got the ball off. Hold on to it too long. Oh well. Put it back though.
Stenius before that, bursting toward goal. Two
Got
members of
cat
the
line on my
three up
phone.
front.
It's vibrating.
Arsenal. Two questions
Oh
about
dear.
Ajax defence. Touch for
Bear with me 1 second.
Monty there. Swiss international, key part of the Arsenal midfield alongside Little, setting the platform for those further forward. They include Caitlin Ford, the Aussie, just lost out there. Immediately Arsenal quick to fight, win that ball back, and regain possession, which is a promising early sign. Look at that Dutch sunset there. Conditions set fair after some pretty torrential rain. Still arrived yesterday. Their final training, it really was bucketing it down. Slick pitch, no question. It's drier now. Really worked for Arsenal. That left-hand side for Ford. Referee's assistant there. Using her flag. Uefa Gonzalez, our assistants tonight, with Maria Martinez, the fourth official. Lisa Kopp exchanging passes there with the recalled Heiner Reuter. Again, Arsenal doing well to return possession. Switching forward there was Niedema. She just lost her footing after Multi making another strong interception. Distribution there from Kopp, slightly overhit in the end as she tries to use some width to find Chastity Grant. There is outside of Al Swede, the Arsenal boss, a couple of seasons now. Good job. Continuing the excellent progress of the Arsenal women's team over recent seasons. Little there, showing her defensive awareness to come scurrying back and make an all-important challenge. Spence, though, the first corner of the game, and that is Ajax women's way. Big Lisa Dawn making her way up, wearing 4. Scored so far this season. It's a 3 from set pieces. And again, through Little. Still quick to the danger.
Bloody hell. Have a look.
Set piece on that far
7-0. I will be at cars. I'll need those truck on my way.
As you can see, East is just starting to come back early in the game. Make conditions all the more testing and slick. Ball bent in by Spitzer, dealt with by Raffaele Souza. Fans with that goal. London derby. She actually rattled the bar as well. Stenius' goal in the first leg of this match as well. Stenius took a little penalty, putting Arsenal ahead. As we touched on, Lukta has had a quiet night so far, but is such a predatory striker for Ajax. Her 2 goals, the second with just 7 minutes to go. Really turning the tide of that first leg and putting all of the pressure, in many regards, back onto Arsenal tonight at 2-2. 2-1 could have easily been 3-1 when McCabe had a strike disallowed for an error offside. An intriguing night, no question, with a lot at stake. A chance to make the group stages once more, where both, especially Arsenal with their proven pedigree in recent years, really want to be. Nice work from Volti, who's had a strong start to the game. 28 Swiss caps for the 29-year-old, wearing 13, getting stuck in again. A tough tackle from Volti on that far side. Hunter was happy to just have a little word for now. Rather robust Ajax challenge.
Oh, don't you start.
Willa Zinsberger, yellow goalkeeping jersey for Arsenal. She so often is these days. 85 Austrian caps to her name. Wilson brings the ball forward. So good at doing so, isn't she? So good with the ball at the feet. She builds from defence. Arsenal's high line close to being caught out there. Raffaele Sousa, though, this time her central defensive partner with a nice interception. The two dovetailing well. Just for a moment, Niedermer nearly burst clear. Lisa Cardinal, the other centre-half for Ajax, beginning this move to the far side. Nadine Noordam. Fairly quiet opening, but nearly got free there. Steph Catley, the Aussie in the Arsenal team tonight, with a tough challenge. Noordam, I think already feeling that. Raffaele again. As far as Blackstenius, who struggles to hold on to the ball. Just have to be careful here. First mistake Maltese made tonight. It was almost costly. Almost injured a moment ago. Noordam quickly back into the fray. Engineering a shot.
And we're back. And my leg. And it's still 0-0. I missed nothing. Fantastic. Sorry about that, guys.
Threatening in the end, but
Do apologise.
certainly a bit defensively fallible at points of the first leg, particularly that. Alova.
Alex finally fill that over the wall. There you go. Yes, I apologise for that. Yeah.
Delivery. No problems whatsoever though for Zinsberger and the
Fine.
sizable
Go.
contingent of travelling
Finish it.
Arsenal fans.
Shouting.
I think it is ready.
Cheer that
Oh,
strong play from
Left it all up.
Arsenal's women's number one.
She's there, thank God. He's under the table.
yeah, well, you better put his
There's stuff
shouting
that.
away. Flipping screen up there.
That's all right. I've got one package.
Flores.
Once that
Reuter.
ball in, and it's a poor ball for.
Tantalising ball, but
I
fortunately not quite
think
just
this
to
will
go
be a
get
tackle.
on to the end of it, maybe a yard or two. She's far beyond the on-rushing Arsenal forwards as well, but Weintrover, just 23. In this year from
I know
Hoffenheim.
what she's going to do, and I'm not chasing her around the house for a
Their
fucking
chance
dog.
tonight. Those changes at the back. Remember, Hurtig, Merritt's to the bench, Mead as well. So faces can set the platform with a very strong bench if needed.
Up the leg.
This
Ow.
one through.
Ow.
So, their attack mostly from right to left.
Right.
Quality once more.
Okay.
Dawn with a
We
strong
did follow now.
interception. Behind the
Shadow.
is Ashley Reardon.
Defend. Oh, trying to defend. Get back.
Reardon has done well.
Defend.
Could maybe have shot. Instead to
Just
try
got
and
lucky
find
there.
a
Well
teammate,
done.
but Reardon having some serious joy down
Four
this near stand
and
side.
third from there. Oh, it's a attacker there, but
She's better off
yeah.
than
Victoria there
Zinsberger's
literally batting about and then
gone.
lost the battle and then
Stretched and
tried to track it back but wasn't
forced to
quick
really
enough.
price.
Thankfully though. It's a poor final pass from the winger. And yeah. We was able to get hold of the ball again and we're off we go again. Say that, we just tried to do it with one ball over the top because again,
Stenius,
no full to respect to Stina Black. She's
run.
a target player, put it that way. She's you can launch it up because of her height, launch it up to it, and it should be like a bit of a Giroud, get the ball, hold it up. I've not seen it in the 9 months he's been at Arsenal. And I'm including the summer, but I've not seen it once. I'm going to be brutally honest. Saying that seems on the wing now. Nice. Find someone. If you go backwards, go backwards. Play it safe, at least. Don't give away cheap like we did last week. Oh, he's done enough in the background.
Just trying to feed.
Oh, for God's sake, stop giving the ball away so cheaply. After all that, we did give it away cheaply in the end. The only one trying to win it back was Kim Little. She did initially and then lost it again.
Switched in between with that attack. Wilson then quickly, as we know.
Turn it down a bit now. Come back.
Surging back.
Oh,
Challenge.
Leah Williamson getting a bit of a scrap with the said winger. We got evening says us. We've got the nightmare Nemeth in the chat says Arsenal Readers is back, is he? Didn't know he was. I didn't know that. Hope you had a good weekend as well, Nemeth, by the way. Oh, for God's sake! Get out! Those fucking bins up. I've got fucking hay. Oh, dear.
Just stood off for a moment and then fixed the pass off at will.
Oh, dear. Come on. Yeah, go. Oh, take the fucking shot.
Shot of the game for Arsenal.
For the strikers, it takes fucking forever to take a shot.
Please clever work. Australian. She's happy. Triple out of play and positioned herself there. Steph Catley. Negro. 2 Australian caps.
Sting I support the team and I support them, but Sting is so frustrating. Maybe it's because of the reputation she came with, and I thought she'd hit it off here. And she has this spurs, so you can see the potential is there, and then but it's not enough.
Stage action for the winner. Champions League is the carrot that dangles.
We are playing slightly. There's slight improvement, basically, compared to the first half of last week in the first leg. There is slight improvement in our performance so far. We are having more of the ball, and when we lose, we are trying to win it back straight away. We're not letting Ajax. We're not showing Ajax too much respect. We're not letting them dictate the tempo and stand off and literally get to our final third to have an attack. So far, so good. Only 15 minutes in. Nearly 15. Oh, no, say that. Go on, well done, Leah. Get rid of it. Bloody hell, love. Don't walk into trouble. Oh, for fuck's sake. Brother cat or dog. Cat, well, one of the cats anyway. Can't even sit back apparently. No, cat. One of them anyway. Got the laugh in it. It is what it is. It's just every time I do these lines, especially these early kickoffs, when these games are kicked off, they kick off early because we're away. The cats come alive, the dogs. If it's not them, it's the dogs. If it's not that, it's something else. And I'm just like, I'm at a point now. I was like, Austrian is in lessons. I didn't know he's back. It's today's comeback. If that's the case, it's a day of comebacks. If you know, you know. I woke up what? I think now. Just literally dead on 6 this morning. Woke up at 6. And got the phone on Twitter because then notifications going clear and all that. Well, the first tweets I see, Ryan Reynolds. And he's like, basically, if anyone can live under a rock today, go on Twitter now or go and find Ryan Reynolds' YouTube channel and you know what I'm about to say. But it's basically confirming that Deadpool 3 is happening. There's a confirmation date of when the film's going to be released. And there's a comeback for a character that we thought would be for a character and portrayed by the actor that we thought was done with the role. He's now back. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine in Deadpool 3, and I am not, because for me, growing up as a kid and all that, in terms of Marvel in general, X-Men was my favourite card. It's got animated cartoons back when I was a kid. And my favourite character was Wolverine. And then when the live action films came out, was it X-Men? And ironically, what's his name? Kevin Feige, who now runs the MCU, runs Marvel, was co-producer or something like that, director of X-Men, first X-Men film. Yeah, obviously Hugh Jackman, first time he took on a role of that ilk, and he made the Wolverine character his own. Loved Wolverine again. Loved Wolverine. So when you're a kid and you're seeing the live action X-Men film, and it's very on the way it did, and the standout guy in X-Men 1 and 2, The Last Stand, but X-Men 1 and 2, the fact he could take, because it's basically, if anyone doesn't know, again, Bryan Singer was director, Bryan Singer was the director, but Kevin Feige was involved in that as well, so he must have been part of the producers, co-producers or whatever. But I'm going to say now, spoilers alert for anyone basically in terms of X-Men, the original X-Men trilogy, especially the first two, were built around the Wolverine character and his origin and all that crap. He just made it his own, and basically you can't, even nowadays, you can't really see anyone else playing the character of Wolverine because of what Hugh Jackman had done with the character. Even to the point where when they went off and did like X-Men First Class and all that era and all that crap about Patrick Stewart and all that, they'd always bring back, even if it was a cameo or something, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And what was it? When he did Logan, I thought that was, obviously we all thought that was it. We were told categorically he was done with the role. This is it, the swan song, the final goodbye. He wanted to do it justice, and especially as it was an R-rated one, as the only R-rated Wolverine portrayal he'd done so far at that point. He wanted to do it justice. He went out on high, and obviously we know what happened. Anyone watched Logan, the film, we know how that ends, obviously. So today, to wake up to that announcement, the way it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got no ideas. I do have one idea though, just having Hugh walk in the background and going, you want to play Wolverine one last time? Yeah, sure, why not? I'm looking again. He's obviously got the Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman romance that they've built up over the last few years, or last few years, over the years of their careers. Ryan Reynolds pestering Hugh for the last 10 years since Logan. to come back and play the role because he wanted. He said in an interview, I've seen the clip today. He wanted. Said on the bit was it BBC? On an interview with the BBC. He was from Deadpool 2. How he was disappointed, obviously, with Logan. How they obviously did what they did and killed him off. Spoilers. Because I wanted Deadpool 3 to bring in Hugh as Wolverine. Because I want to do Deadpool Wolverine. I wanted to do that. I want to work with Hugh. And then I was at the time it looked like that. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I've got 2024 to wait till though. September 24. Go on. It's just why the pages post. The first shot I was seeing from Vivian as well. Yeah, just wanted to post. Sorry, let's go back into the chat to see if you definitely saying I'm like 60s Batman, to be honest. I remember growing up on it, again, I'm born in 89, so I told you, everyone knows my age in this channel anyway. Mentioned it enough times. But I remember literally, even as a kid growing up, I can't remember what days of the week it was, but you would always get the reruns of the 60s Batman on TV over the weekend. And if you compare that to what you get nowadays. Oh dear. Complete contrast, put it that way. Got Viddy in the chat. How you doing, my friend? I saw you was in the chat with Gary and obviously Steph and a few others, a few we were as well on Saturday. Hope you had a good weekend, my friend. And yeah, what you hope for tonight? Obviously, a bit late, coming in a bit late, but yeah, you hopeful for tonight or? Yeah, that's the But that's what I'm saying. He's still, even with that, as you say, he still managed to make the people to make the role his own, and sort of people not really concentrate, the hardcore comic book lovers, not to concentrate on that particular detail. Logan was amazing. Yeah, I've got to admit, because it was obviously only one. It was coming directly after Deadpool in terms of an R-rated comic book movie. Yeah, it was interesting. You wanted to see, because obviously you got, and obviously as we saw with Logan, we finally got to see a Wolverine, live action Wolverine, where you get to see the gore and the everything you expect you get in the comic books, basically, all the blood, the guts, and this and the other. And the effing and Jeffing and Sir Patrick Stewart, just again nailing it as Charles Xavier as well. They could de-age Hugh Jackman anyway. No, he doesn't need to be. The thing is, because it's gonna be an MCU film as well, and with the multiverse saga, this kind of thing they're going through now, they don't even have to de-age him in that sense. They can literally just be a variant of it. It might not be the Wolverine side that we've all seen on screen over the years. It could be a completely different variant of the character. It's gonna be interesting. Obviously, as a fan and all that, it'll be interesting to see how that pays out. I think Hugh Jackman will carry on playing Wolverine for a few films. I think obviously this will be the main, full fleshed out film in terms of, I think this is one of the last few. Again, we thought that was again Logan. We thought that was it. We were told that was it. But in terms of a full role in a film. I think this could be one of the not the last, one of the last. And you'll see him going forward, especially with again this multiversal saga they're doing in the MCU between Deadpool 3 all the way to Secret Wars. You could see him making, especially in Secret Wars, obviously Kang Dynasty and all that, him pop up in him as cameos or whatever as well. The Russ Morgan says The Rock is coming to save the DC universe. Well, you're saying that, and then obviously Nemeth makes a good point about the Flash killing the DCU. Look at me. That's a whole heap of mess that needs sorting out. There's a whole heap of mess that need that just in the DC side of things just falling apart. They just need to. Warner Brothers just need to accept defeat with what's his I can't remember his name now. The guy that's playing the Flash in the film version. I can't remember his name now. Ezra Miller, that's it, Ezra Miller. They've got to wash their hands of him, accept defeat, and put the film on the shelf again. Of either get the TV guy, the one that does the Flash for the TV show, as the DCU Flash, or recast the role and just do a whole just reshoots at all the scenes that were going to be with Ezra Miller in. Basically, they can't with everything he's done, they cannot put that film out. They just can't. It'll be bizarre. Always want Hugh Jackman to wear the yellow X. Well, they teased it, didn't they? What was it in? Not Logan. The one before. Was it the Wolverine? The one before the film before Logan. Was it called The Wolverine or something? Where he goes to Japan or wherever it was. Wherever it was. And then they did right at the end, the very last scene. He's given the suitcase. He opens it up, and it is the comic accurate version of the suit. We don't see it now. After that, to tease it and then to take it away from us. Do you think Thanos will come back? Well, with the sequel again, multiversal or with the multiverse saga now that they're doing, with the multiverse saga and the fact they're doing a Secret Wars as well as Avengers Secret Wars and all that. There's potential. There's a potential there. A variant of Thanos could pop up in Secret Wars to try and take over the sacred timeline from Kang. Potentially. So we mentioned this before he came on, before kickoff, mate. There was spotted those who was there in the ground in the main stand. I really love the Flash character. Yeah, this is the thing. Ezra Miller has screwed himself right after all the years of the call for the Flash film and all that. They hire him as the DCU film version of the Flash. They give him the role, and he's gone on a fucking madness. He's just got everything. I don't know what's gone on in his head. He's just gone boom. It's just like carnage everywhere you turn with him. As soon as you think you're out the woods with one thing, he does something the complete opposite. It causes even more aggro. And it's just completely, as I say, it's completely bizarre. And I think that it's got to a point now, where they have to pull the plug in terms of put the film back on the shelf for a second, being him off, have to recast the role of the Flash, the main Flash they want to go with, and reshoot the scenes that he would have been in. Reshoot them scenes, most of the film, obviously, but reshoot it all and then put that out. The strength is the MCU is 99% of the characters were relatively unknown before 2008. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is what I was saying. I'll be honest, hold my hands up. I wasn't a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I didn't know much of them, but prior to the film, obviously the first film and all that. There's obviously a few others now. They're doing that. The She-Hulk now, Miss Marvel. Who else are they doing? Oh, what was the other one they're doing? I'll come to in a minute. But yeah, and it's a good thing. It's good, again, it's outside of if you're not hardcore buying their Marvel comic books week in week out from a kid or whatever. You're not going to know these sort of the characters and the characters and all that we're seeing and all that, and Black Panthers of this world, and etc., etc. So the films, in that sense, that as you say, has been a massive strength. That they're not just touching on and building a universe around the characters that everyone knows, the Spider-Mans, the X-Men. Well, they couldn't do the X-Men obviously because of the rights and all that, but you know what I'm saying? They couldn't just do the well-known. Basically, they branched out and went, okay, we're going to introduce this one and that one, and bring, as I say, bring all together as one big story arc at the end. But because again, aside from the rights of the X-Men side of things, in terms of the characters they could have done, they could have got easily gone down the big name route that everyone knows and just left it one to the side. But and it's given more light onto the actual Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, etc., etc., to the point now where they're known quantities of Marvel now, basically. Saying something, we talked about Marvel for God's sake. This is a football stream for a football match, and we're talking about fucking the MCU and DCU. God's sake. Go back. There's only so many times I can see Uncle Ben and Batman's parents being killed. To be fair to Marvel, they haven't done that yet with Peter Parker. They landscaped that and killed off the aunt instead. We didn't see it. We didn't get the MCU. We haven't seen an MCU Uncle Ben yet, or heard about Uncle Ben of the MCU. We just got Aunt May, Peter Parker, and then spoilers alert. The first MCU Spider-Man film, May's gone. But yeah, every Batman film is like, yeah, we've got to have a reminiscent of that situation of parents dying. Apart from, was it the most recent? It wasn't shown in the most recent Batman film, the Batman. It wasn't, the parents dying wasn't shown, but it is obviously touched on, and it's like, obviously that side of it was I was relieved. For God's sake, no. So I was relieved that even though there's a different person playing the role, they didn't go, well, this is what happens at the start. So this is what makes them go down this route. Even though it is touched on, you don't actually see it. So I was grateful for that. We just saw, what was it, Batman's Bruce's parents dying. The Joker film, a film dedicated to Joker, Joaquin Phoenix. We even see the parents dying in that, for crying out loud. "35 minutes in, it's still 0-0, guys. If we go back to the chat and talk more about comic books, basically, and films. Oh dear. Oh my God, come back. Well done, Zinsberger, well read. Israel Miller was in an episode of TV Flash, or did I dream? He was in a TV, but he did have an on-screen cameo role on the TV version, basically. Because basically, what was it, from the TV side of the DC side, from the TV version of the DC side of things, they did their own multiversal crossover of all the shows. And at the end, there's a story that's all coming together and they're all going off in their separate paths and all that. Ezra Miller's Flash appears in front of the TV version of the Flash, and they were on screen back and forth for about a minute and a half or so. But he's gone. So you haven't gone mad. You haven't dreamt it. You haven't gone mad. And then saying Thanos isn't dead, as he is in the same place as Spider-Man and the others were when he clicked his fingers. But when we dusted and whatever, clicking the fingers. Well, where were they then for the 5 years they were dusted? Where were they then? Maybe that'll come out down the line. BX Gunners in the chat, big up BX Gunner as well. I can't get into the Marvel TV shows. I mean, the first couple there, I mean, Loki, for me, out of all of them, all the TV shows they've done, series they've done, Loki has been the standard, the one that's, for me, been the top tier one. What was it? One Division was in there. So it took a bit of time. It was a bit slow at start. It felt rushed at the end, and they threw us with the fucking Ralph Boner joke and all that crap. Yeah, She-Hulk. I gave it a tried it. Gave it a few episodes. I'm not really interested. Even though we're going to get Daredevil, Charlie Cox's Daredevil appearing between now and the end of the season and all that. And there's a Daredevil coming as well. I think that was a TV series. I think it's a TV series, yeah. So a good 4.5 months of Daredevil. Yeah, when that happens. Yeah, She-Hulk for me has been, my opinion anyway. People might disagree, but not for me. I tried. 2, I don't know. Again, it feels like it's all, because it's been, it's a TV show itself. It's part of the MCU. It's going to be binding into all the other story arcs of what's happening in the MCU as happening. It just feels like it doesn't feel like it's meant to be binding in, basically. Miss Marvel, yeah, it's alright. Nothing spectacular. What was I for Loki? Was it What If we did the animated series, didn't we? What If there's a second season coming, apparently. So again, yeah. David Tennant should be in the MCU. His character Kilgrave in Jessica Jones was fantastic. There's rumours that revolves in multiverse and all that. That's it. With the multiverse saga they're doing, that potentially them, that's all the team like Kingpin and Daredevil and all that. Some of them are going to be bled over to the MCU now. There's rumours of the guy that plays the Punisher could be getting brought into the MCU as well. Pure lies when they say Arsenal in the Champions League. SSB, it's got a batch to football, yes. Exactly my point. We were in the Champions League last. Technically, we were in the Champions League last season, up to the quarterfinals. Lost out to Wolfsburg. Could have had Barca in the semi-finals for the third or fourth time that season. So, one thing positive out of negative. in that sense. But yeah, man, all we've got to do. All we've got to do tonight is win. That's all we've got to do. So far, it's 0-0 tonight, 2-2 now. Good. No away goals, thank God. Otherwise, I'll be crapping myself about now. But it's all good so far. It's been slightly better. There's been slight improvement compared to the first half of last week's game. Batman is a big one. That's why they want to go with. To stand up from the others. Even to, knows it works, doesn't it? Let's be honest. You cast who you cast for the role of Batman and Batman. There's only one way they were going to go for that, weren't they? Easy save for the goalkeeper. Easy save. Commentator's on one tonight. Joke film is pretty much Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver's a class film. The TV flash went really shit. Well, apparently it's in the last season, aren't they? Or they're filming for the last season or whatever. Quantum Leap remake is pretty good. I haven't seen it, but yeah. Raphael's off injured. Comes Lottie. Yeah, I noticed that. I heard that as well. That's annoying. In one sense, a good thing. I hope he's not a big injury, but in terms of it's only like international breaks, he has to stay put. And to be back for when the WSL gets underway again later in the month. Oh, this bloody cat! Get out! Sake! Oh, dear. Straight, what you want to do? Kill me. In terms of Joker, they're doing a sequel. They're doing a sequel to that Joker. There's going to be a musical or something, apparently. Yes, she. Daredevil was the best TV show in my opinion. When it was on Netflix, what am I not going to say? When it was on Netflix, binge watched it. Every time the new series came out, I would binge watch it straight away. So with the Punisher, I like the Punisher. I like the Punisher as well. But I think it got to give a slight edge to Daredevil, especially in that final Netflix season. Anyway. Yeah. And I liked, as well, in terms of talking about Daredevil, that TV series, Netflix streaming, whatever. I liked how they introduced the Punisher to that universe as well. In that show, to lead on to him having his own series and all that. Was it 2 seasons he had? My cat's room, my Dennis and my evening rug. I'll be nivered for a month already. Oh, I'll be the same. Trust me. If anything of mine got destroyed, that's either unique or has an sort of an attachment to myself, I'll be fuming. Got 2 minutes of injury. I don't know where the 2 minutes came from. I thought it'd be about a minute itself, but then 2 minutes of injury time. 35 seconds into it, still 0-0. As I said, disappointing that Raphael's gone off for the injury she's got. I hope it's not a long term, not a big one. It's just a little niggle and then just taken off for to be better be safe than sorry, out of caution sub. And you know what? Lottie alongside, oh, for God's sake, these cats are going to kill me. I've got let me turn my lights on because it's getting dark. I can tell. One sec.
Forward.
Get out of it.
Challenge from Katie McKay. She thinks that throw should go Arsenal's way. It's one to chance a wish. Right pass there was nearly flicks it on.
What about that one? That's the one. Yoink, my leg. Ow. Ow. Pardon me. This has been, it's finally half time, which has just gone. Even though I'm saying they're starting to improve from our perspective and how we performed this first half compared to last week's first half. It's a bit, maybe the weather over there is having an effect on the game itself. It has been a bit flat tonight, in terms of from both sides as well. Complete contrast to last week's game. Because even though we did have more of the ball in that first half. There wasn't many clear-cut chances from either team there, but even when compared to last week, for example, when Ajax had the ball this week in the first half, we're on them, bang, getting it off them again. Whereas last week stood off them, gave too much respect. They grew into the game, got the lead, and then that in the first half. So in that sense, it's good. As I say, we've had more of the ball. Apart from the Raphael, we've been more full sub there. Again, as I say, we've had the majority of the ball, but we haven't really. We've had chances as well, but not clear-cut chances. And the chances we've had have sort of could have made something out of it, but we didn't. We just didn't. Again, maybe the weather's had an effect because it is absolutely lashing it down there. By the way, in Holland, sorry. There's just cameras now on Serena and who she's gone to the game with, basically, family or friends or whatever. Walking towards them, I'm assuming it's shelter to get away from the rain. Yeah, here's what it is. Get you some. Oh, mate. Oh, there's times I feel like, oh. The fence is tightened up after, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Compared to, that's what I'm saying, but about when I actually had the ball, we've been more defensively. We are more defensively sound this week compared to last week. But that comes from literally them getting the ball, but we're on them. We're not letting them come 30, 40 yards towards our goal. Then trying to get into them, but straight away, bang. You say when they do get past the barricades in the midfield and all that, we're standing strong. We're defending resolutely. I know Lottie's ain't not long been on, but still. And yeah, what else did they say on that? I wouldn't start repeating myself, but yeah, move the camera down a bit so I don't actually sit back. Because every time I'm doing this chatting way, just put my head on the line. Because especially the big comments, it's like my head's off the day, like, oh, really? But yeah, back to comic books. As a twat, to be polite. Oh dear, the MCU is streets ahead of the DCU because of DCU's as a complete disarray. The Rock might save the DCU somewhat with the Black Adam film coming out. He might not. Might be complete garbage. If he ain't Ezra Miller trying to ruin the DCU, you got fucking Amber Turd as well, with her antics off the screen, so to say. Putting Warner Brothers and DCU into distribute as well, because obviously they backed her to the hill and stood by her, and all along she was the guilty party. You gotta love Ivy, haven't you? They'll stand by one, but because of X, Y, and Z. Got to be careful what I say. And through the other one under the bus because of X, Y, and Z. With no actual proof, just for this is it. This is that situation. That's that situation. What's gonna make us look bad? Sorry, Johnny, you gotta go. Under the bus he went. He's the victim all along. Fucking idiots. Oh dear, Disney are no better on that side of things either. Anyway. Often showers in the island and the summer beer afterwards. Well, it's dark over there now. It's not good. They're an hour ahead as well. So what time is it here? Just coming off at 7 hours. We're coming off at 8 in Holland as we speak. The only reason I know it because obviously, education, my friend. Right, I'll get back to a few people first. Right. Certainly can't come quick enough to the I can't wait. I'm going to be there as well. I cannot wait to be there. I think I'm in the same seat as I usually am anyway, apart from Saturday. Saturday I was booked a few days forward. But, yeah, Gary, you're actually staying in Acton. Because I saw your you took a picture of him, by the way. Out of interest, but yeah, I saw your picture in the group chat this morning. You were at Acton Town, the train station. Sorry, I could literally come see you from Hatton Cross to Acton and be with you. I mean, not at the train station anyway. Within 20 minutes. Yeah. Oh dear. If we time it well enough, we could be on the same train as me on Saturday morning. Could be, depending on what time you're going down and all that from Acton. But we could potentially be on the same train. How spooky would that be if I'm on the train going to the game and you get on not only on the same train, but you get on the same carriage as me? Oh my god! Oh dear! I hope you've had a safe journey and all that. And the jet lag hasn't took it out of you yet. John Smith, blimey. John Smith. Never had any of that myself. I'm my granddad loved drinking that. Along with other beers and all that, but I think that's sort of his treat every month. I think that's the taste of the John Smith, I don't think. I can't remember now. I don't think I have. So yeah, anyway, have you been watching the game going out of interest as well? This particular game, I mean, as well. Have you been watching it? What are your thoughts on the game so far? Obviously, at half time it's still 0-0. Yeah, Now you're finding the lovely UK weather. Oh dear. Out of interest, Gary, would you mind? That's the photo you sent in the group chat. Would you mind me sharing it on here so people can actually believe you're where you are? That you can, is that proof that you are where you are? Like I can safely say, I could quite easily meet Gary from the train station I'd have to get on at Hatton Cross, near Heathrow, and be at Acton Town train station and meet him I could meet him from Hatton to Acton in like 20 minutes or less. Oh dear. You missed most of the stream. First off, most of the stream on tonight at Gary. Sorry, the game's, even though there's been improvement, as I say, there has been improvement from the team tonight, from our girls tonight. Sorry, compared to last Tuesday's first half. Sorry, against Ajax at the home game. There has been improvement. Can't dispute that. But as a whole, the match has been a lot more because even though there's an improvement in the performance. Again, whether might be playing a factor because it is last minute down there. I feel what I'm saying now. The game has been a bit meh, basically. Not really, and not end to end. Chances haven't been free flowing like they were last week. Even though we've had a few chances, they're not being clear cut. For me, as I said at the start of the stream, Stina should not be starting tonight. I was proved right on Saturday. She came off the bench and we saw what we can benefit from that. And he just went, again, it's the last game for the international break, and he's just gone, you know what? Even though that clearly worked better, I'm going to go back to old routine. Stina, you're playing tonight. Rest, I don't get why he rested Beth Mead either. I don't get it. I think if Beth had started tonight and we played the way we have done in terms of comparing our first half performance from this last week to this week, if that's happening, and Beth's basically, if they're still getting the performance we got tonight in the first half, and Beth started, I've no doubt we'd be winning this game as we speak. But it is what it is. And I don't get why Beth was put on the bench tonight, because in form, it's the last game for the international break. It's not like it's a WSL game coming up, home or away. It's literally the international break after this. And she doesn't play again until when the USA play England. I think Monday or Tuesday next week. Which I will be covering, by the way. Unlike the men's international breaks, I will be covering the women's international breaks, especially England versus the USA. Early next, that's the first of the two, I believe. Gary, I don't know if you're travelling back at that time, or you're still in the UK or not, or back home by then. If you're around and you're interested, let me know. We can do a duo of the live stream, basically, like co-hosting it, jointly hosting the stream, basically, from both perspectives. Ow, back, ow. Shit weather in the UK as usual. Of course, it's always this time of year, especially this time of year now. Let's go back to the chat about a bit. Meet up with Lola and Mark on Friday, so we'll most likely be taking a train from Leicester Square to us. So it's still Leicester Square, still Piccadilly line. Still a high chance there's still a chance that potentially we'd not only be on the same train, even though it's from Leicester Square, as you say, not only on the same train, but you could quite easily walk onto the carriage that I'll be occupying with my brother. Oh dear. What's that? What's the last 15 minutes? Losing Raphael sucks. Yeah, I hope. Again, as I say, I hope it's not a big injury with Raphael. I hope it's just a niggle precaution. They took it off as a precaution rather than the worst case in that situation. Yeah, not many chances. But what I'm saying is, if Beth had started tonight and we played the way we have done in that first half, still, but with Beth in instead of Blackstenius and having Kate McCabe on the left hand, Katie McCabe down the left, Beth down the right, Kate McFall down the middle, I think we'd at least be 1-0 up at this game. Personally, but it is what it is. Teams are just coming out for the second. Yep, Piv's coming out and getting ready for the second half. So what we are 3 minutes late. Bloody, they're late, the bastards. How dare they? How dare they be so late? Go away. $491 views. Bloody hell, you guys are smashing it. And considering another creator, YouTube creator, Arsenal channel, only since Saturday, by the way, decided to jump on the women's football bandwagon, even though there's no clue about women's football. It has decided to jump on the bandwagon just because he's realised there's views in this. Not many other people were doing it, only these two. Cheeky bastard. Yes, I was surprised to see Mead on the bench, but as Tim Stillman mentioned in the tweet, we have a lot of depth and rotation is what we wanted to do. But I get that. But at the same time, this is the last game for the international break for the women's game. After tonight, our respective players go off to their respective countries, represent their countries if they've been picked. Obviously, Raphael might not be now because obviously might have an injury or a little niggle. They might want to stay back now, Arsenal. But this is literally the last game for the international break. So for me, this wasn't the game to do that, show your squad depth and do that switch. Especially with someone like Beth Mead. If it had been, again, if he stuck to his guns like he did do what he did on Saturday and have Stina Blackstenius on the bench and maybe either Herning or Caitlin Ford down the middle alongside Kate McCabe, accompanied by Kate McCabe and Beth Mead and the wings. I can understand that because it makes sense for X, Y, and Z as I've been repeating myself about it. Once on attack, and we give it. Stina, it's so frustrating. This is what I'm saying. Once he starts, we don't get it. It takes forever to get into. Once he starts, Stina Blackstenius, it takes forever to get into the game. By the time he does, he's like the 65th, 70th minutes, and he gets hooked off within no time, basically. Whereas, as we saw on Saturday, when she came off the bench in the 60th, 65th minute, whatever it was, I can't remember now, she came on, and because of the situation of her coming on as a sub, you got a reaction. We got a reaction out of her. We got a performance out of her compared to what we get when she starts. So for them not us to go and completely just tear all that up and go back apart from Beth Mead stop on the bench, back to normal, guys. Stina, you're back up front. It baffles me. we've just beaten our local rivals. I know they're not all that compared to our team in terms of quality, but we still took them to town and beat the life out of them 4-0. The switches like that, no, for me, doesn't wash. Especially as I just keep saying, it's literally the last game before the international break. And again, Beth, it's not like there's a game, obviously tonight's game, and then a game at the weekend. Even for the England side of things, it's not a game at the weekend. It's like the international. I think the USA game, the first one for the women's team, isn't until Tuesday, Wednesday next week, I believe. You can't tell me we won't have had time to regroup and sort of avoid injury that way, basically. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. But...
Swinging for opposition there, like in the thought though.
Gary, stay here for the PSV. If he stays here, he'll never. If he's cheating another fight, I don't want to go home now.
He's just nick the ball back. I'm trying to do the same.
Well, it's not the game itself, is it? Even though we did spend most of the first half, guys, talking about going from Hugh Jackman's return as Wolverine to talking about the entire MCU and DCU, basically, for the rest of that half. It hasn't been a bad game. It's just that because we're now taking the foot on, we're not allowing it. We're not allowing Ajax to have a foot in the game, basically, like we did last week in terms of. Last week in the first half, especially, we showed him so much respect, let him come at us, and invited the trouble on our hands. Poor Boston lucky there, though. But we have improved compared to last. We have improved performance-wise. 1 sec, go on. Yes. Vivian Meadham, our final supporter, has just fired out something to lead 3-2 up on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. And as I say, final super fan as well. The rivalry between Feyenoord and Ajax, as he's took it. It took a week later, but she's took it and bang, 1-0. Meadham with the goal. And it's a well taken goal. Typical Vivian goal as well in terms of how she took it as well. Come on. Gets the ball, drifts inside, takes a few dribbles, and then gets a shot off bottom corner, bottom left-hand corner, 1-0 Arsenal. Come on. Champions League, here we come, Popper. Come on. For the second time, sorry. Ask what channel. It's not on the channel. It's on the Arsenal website. If you want to watch it for free, and legal, by the way, go over to arsenal.com. But I've got to change the scoreboard now. For positive sense. While I'm doing this, we've got to score now. You watch. The diamond rights in Spain, obviously. 1 second. West Ham 1-0 up against Chelsea women. Hey, come on! 4 minutes in the third minute, just gone 1-0 up West Ham against Chelsea women in the WSL. And this is basically the reason why Chelsea are playing a WSL game tonight, because this was meant. Chelsea West Ham was meant to be the opening game of the WSL, but obviously with circumstances that got postponed, and because they're not qualified for the Champions League, they got their game fitted in tonight ASAP. Come on, West Ham, come on! Oh dear, right, here we go, 51 and Miramar. I'm not going to spell it right now, bloody hell.
Moving Moy. Behind Rocked up.
Yep.
Hoover.
And Ma.
Ended up in that attacking tense in the first half. Forced Sarava Hoover to
Leave one. And it. Bang. Bang. Well, nice, but you can't to watch along. The whole point of doing these things is you watch it. We watch it together. We've got even neutral fans in the chat, and okay, it's what it is. But that are watching this and they're watching it with me, with us all. We're watching it together and back and forth in the chat. We'll be that rude though. Don't be rude and abrupt like that. Knock yourself out. Gary says, Viv, I like it. So you come along, Viv turns up.
Really well on the front foot, accelerating into the challenge. We're back with ease.
That's cheered me up. You took a chance. Woo! Oh, come on, you guys. Oh, go on now. Go on, Caitlin, go on. Go on. You know what you're trying to do there. Oh, she's trying to do this. I'm not going to go. She tries something clever. Sadly, didn't work out, but it is what it is. Wasn't her fault. Just Kate didn't get there across in time.
This one back at her feet. She gets it. Yes. Changing now for Susan Backer.
Oh dear.
Responsible. Seeing the Ajax Vrouwen table, I wonder.
Oh dear. So one second, right, on the attack here. Have a shot. Good block. Yeah. Get rid of it, please. Fantastic. No. What are you doing? You're asking for trouble there. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Properly. Go. Or not. Well done, Caitlin. Go on, Caitlin. Go on. Yes, well done. Good play there from Caitlin. Oh, fucking hell there. Jesus. Got an advantage though. Go on after coming up with the ball. Oh. Got out of jail there. Poor first touch there from Kate McKay, but it wasn't the way it came out. It's not going to gut, but I'm not going to put it on her. But yeah, here's what it is. Yeah, Wolsey needs to calm down, not piss off the ref. Because I don't know if they're getting booked or sent off and get suspended.
More questions besides as well.
Never tell anyone where to walk. Yeah, I won't do it from now on. Find it themselves. Wasn't you've got social media. Again, social media or not, if you don't, you know. Just look around. The first thing you do, come to our fucking YouTube.
Here's Grant.
On the pad, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some people do. I've got two. I've come on my, as I say, I've got my MacBook. I'm on my MacBook doing the stream, and I'll have a tablet going back and forth as much as I can. Basically, keeping up with you guys, so I'm not ignoring you, and obviously watching the game as well. So I'm actually multitasking. Probably can't do. Oh, go on, defend. Well done, Leah. Go on, Leah. Yes, well done. Yes, sir. Clap me one second. Oh dear. Oh, now you behave. Oh, that's the curling. How much do match day programs cost at the Emirates? For me, because of membership, the one at the weekend, because I got one for the weekend just gone for the women's game. It was priced up to £3, but I got it for £2.80, £2.70, I think I got. So I got 10%, a few pounds off basically. 10% off it. No, £2.70. I think the men's program got a double check this. I think it's £3.50. I think. You can double check it. I'll message you on I'll message you on Instagram for that. About that, mate. If you're interested, if you want, I can get you a program on Saturday for the men's one. That could be worse. I'll double check about the men's one though. If you want, as I say, I need to pick you one up on Saturday and send it over to you somehow. Let me know, and I'll sort it out for you. Ow. Games, considering we scored one we have, we won it up 3-2 and all that. Second half of the second leg as well. Ajax, the Ajax team aren't really coming at us. It's still slow, patient build up from them, and they do get the ball. It's trying to get us on the counter, off out of nowhere basically. But even then, we're playing it calm, collected. Say that now, one sec. That was a poor clearance from Zinsberger. But no, not much more to really say on that. In terms of it was just, after what we saw last week from Ajax, I was fearing going to tonight's game, fearing a lot worse than what I'm seeing. And expecting a lot worse from their attacking outlet from the opposition. But we haven't seen that once so far tonight. But then again, didn't see that at all in the second half until the last 5 minutes of the game, so I can't say nothing until then. Imagine it says as it is in Niedermayer's goal, having her where her loyalty lies as well in Holland in terms of the rivalry and that as well. That her goal could win us the time, put us in the Champions League over Ajax. Oh.
Live, 30 this coming Saturday morning. All the build up to the Premier League's North London derby.
Unlucky.
Spurs wait to be at that one. Team ahead of the game. 12 in the stadium. Just against third. Right, should be an absolute belter. It's rocky, of course, the women's North London derby this weekend. Check out Arsenal.com for more. The women's fixtures too.
Well, me.
Saying these details to follow soon. Zinsberger stepping to sufficient safety.
Oh, Gary picking up. Oh, okay, that's cool. No worries. That's just much. I might be off here. BX, yeah, really's got a point actually. In the previous comment, if you get a club level ticket, you're lucky enough, you get a free program. The ticket alone for the seat is an arm and a leg. So at least they give you a free fucking program. Literally, as you walk through the door as well. I've been in club level before for the Arsenal versus Atletico first, second final 3 years back. Wenger's last home European game, and Yeah,
Inside.
as you say, I've got lucky enough to get tickets in the club level, and literally go for the obviously you have to queue up and all that. As you go for the doors, you go for the barrier. They have staff there with the program and hand them out as you go through the barrier to go up the stairs.
Come on, tiny extra.
Programs used to be free at Portman Road if you had a season ticket. I don't. You think they've all just? I know you're in League One. You think that'd be one of the things they still do to get the fans to keep going in, especially at League One and all that. Keep the generation of fans keep going.
So, Tony Hoekstra for Ashley Dearden.
Yes, BX do have a scarf. That scarf program. Don't get a half and half scarf, go. However words you really do. Get a normal Arsenal scarf. As long as it hasn't got them on the scarf, knock yourself. I'm joking. Yeah. Oh dear.
This big started by Cardinal. Suarez Vandermost.
Just like the fever pitch, I remember walking up to the old Highby. It was a magical place. I miss that again. I still miss Highby to this day.
Leading at the line under pressure once more from Blackstenius.
I'm still gutted that Arsenal never used their initiative at that time when we left Highbury itself to go to the Emirates. Why they never kept the stadium as a football stadium and not turned it into. I don't get what they had to do. Money obviously came into it in terms of turning it into flats, but they could have still made money by keeping it open, but use it as the home for the youth teams and the women's team. And for me, if they'd done that, especially the women, obviously say about the women's game and all that, and all these years, the Arsenal women's team, again, we have fantastic. There's a fantastic support network. It has been for years. It would have grown even faster because you would have had the close. Because it's literally a stone's throw away, Highby, the Emirates and all that. You're giving the locals and the Arsenal fans more incentive to want to go to the women's games than at home. Because not only is it Highbury, but it's literally down the corner. They haven't got to travel to Timbuktu and back. Cool, mate, but obviously you've got money, so it's up to you.
Is it early access today or tomorrow?
What day is it today? It's Wednesday, so it could be today.
When does it actually come out?
I've seen people. I think one second.
I'll just bought again for fucking early access. I can't play it. I'm gonna cry. Am I new?
No, you were. You're now not. Stephanie's coming on.
I didn't say anything.
They don't know what you've done, you idiot.
29 goals in 47 appearances. Top scorer in recent Euros.
Right, let's have a look. Don't be ungrateful. Because you know I'm doing a live, you're lucky you got that. Well, it's not in beans and toast, but still.
Beans and toast. Beans.
Never mind, you know.
I'm looking, you fucking moron. do you think I'm on the fucking phone for you? No.
The build up there. One touch football. All over. It's a Grant.
27.
To the end by the
Okay.
left back. Catley.
Where is he? Brendan, where are you? There you are.
Here. To get back on level terms once more. Led in the first leg, and behind.
Right, come on.
Things up.
Then, well done, Zinsberger. Well caught. Good ads there from Zinsberger.
Will be frustrated with that. Throw to Manuela Zinsberger. The unit goalkeeper.
I wonder if Chelsea took the lead by now. Let's have a look. No, still 1-0 to the Hammers. The mighty Hammers. Come on, West Ham.
There's no catching play. Answer is no by Hoekstra. There's Van der Most.
This could be. I don't think they will lose. Honestly, I don't think Chelsea women, Emma Hayes' Chelsea will lose tonight. I think overall they will go on to win because it's there, isn't it? Come on. They'll pull something out of the bag. If they lose two of the opening 3 games, that'll be. Go on, Beth. Oh, you off the line. You. Go on, Katie, go on. Oh, you bastard. Katie almost scored as well. Off the line from the goalie.
Sprawling save to her left. Also came so close. When Rota was up there.
What's going on, too?
Somehow do not get a second to all you have thought put this tie to bed.
It's not there, but okay.
First of all,
Mr. Tommy's back. They should do half. Bloody hell. Yeah, they did half shirts. Depending on what you're saying about half shirts. Because if you mean that half-assed, for example, the half-assed or half-top thing, no one would ever wear that. We're on about half and half shirts where it's one half their home shirt, one half the away. There's a guy, I think he lives, I've seen him get off. He's a season ticket holder. For years I've seen him, literally, he lives somewhere in the area I live in, somewhere. Because he used to always get off at Staines train station, so on the match days going back. And he does have, every season I don't know who he goes to, but he goes and gets himself a half shirt of one half is the home, one half is the away. With the older, not this badge, with the old Arsenal badge sewed on as well. And he actually looks really well. I don't know how he's going to do it now. He's 3 kits every year, but got away one there. Ajax almost equalised in the last 90 minutes there. Thank God for that. But yeah, it actually looks, especially the old badge as well. They actually do. He does, because it's what it is and all that. So this year it'd be like the red home collar bit and the black away with the old badge on. So that they do correct the new logo, like the new badge, newish. Well, that ain't good. Zinsberger's on the ankle, yay. Terrific, that's what we need after the FAL. Okay, yeah. No, actually look, they do, the ones I've seen him wear so far, actually look dog bollocks basically. Really look good actually. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him this season yet. But I imagine I do. It'd be the red and the black. That looks really good. But I don't know who he goes to get that done.
7 Dutch caps, all recently.
But no matter what, he always makes a
Scoring
point
record in the league is
of getting
25
the old
goals,
Arsenal badge
25 games for Ajax.
over the top of
She moved across
this one.
to ESV's women's team. Two goals for the Netherlands in a second cap so far. 21 as well.
These cats jumping up and down on the sides. Wouldn't want something on the side for them to get.
No disrespect. The biggest club sides in Europe are interested in.
Hey.
Really well over the two legs with the goals, the back heel there. Shoot again on the ball. Pressure here.
So much that you enjoy this game tonight, eh, guys?
Safety by Katie McKay before that. So we've got a little jittery. Arsenal.com in the last few minutes. Arsenal scoring and looking well set beyond that with a couple of good chances. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, it's been Ajax. They've got it back. As
Emma
Arsenal
Hayes'
try to play
Tom's
out and lose the
secret
ball.
crush.
It's me.
Is there Stefan?
Crucial there. Just won that one back.
I haven't got Arsenal shorts on.
So,
Nice. Literally tracksuit bottoms. Keep them warm.
Dutch way. The frustration of McKay.
The cat is like just about sad.
They're standing no nonsense. Will go well.
Oh, join the queue.
Continue. The Spanish official.
I like the modern cannon badge that we have on the black kit. Yeah, I think the fact it's now being used, because I initially thought it was just a one-season thing for last year's away kit as a homage to the 71 team. But the fact that they've used it again this year, these need to believe that at some point that could be the full-time new badge going forward. It's still pointing the wrong way. Don't get me wrong. The colour should be pointing the other way, but aside from that, well, the thought process is to have that as the full-time new badge going forward at some point. They're just slowly introducing it via the away kits at the moment. I like it, but again, it's sort of a retro sort of esque thing of just the cannon like it used to be. No, didn't have to mention Arsenal. I'd say almost the 71 teams and all that back then, when it was just it would just be a cannon on the shirt, and that's how you don't be able to tell that was an Arsenal shirt just by the cannon.
She feels so. My Grant.
Right, back to the game. I didn't know it, by the way, Nemeth, I didn't know that. The 22 for 22 to 25, the cannon was the same as it is now. I just assumed it was because of how it's been portrayed as. They changed. Obviously, they did change. They changed the badge because they didn't want a particular market of the guy outside the stage and selling their merchandise on his stall for cut down prices and making a profit out of it, whatever. And they decided the only way they could get around to stop them doing it was for future reference, was to change the badge and switch the cannon around to point the way it is now on these. And trademark it basically, copyright claim it and all that crap to stop never being able to collect and all that. I thought it's just because of that reason. I think there's a main reason, but obviously, yeah, it's just maybe to say when they attack here, maybe as you say, that there's a moment in our history that it was facing that way at one point, so.
Too much and even meet him up. Guessing can wins it back brilliantly. Through to McKay, the Irish woman. cross.
Lucky, come on. The second, let's kill this game off and get ourselves in that Champions League, please. Just let this be a very good night and get us, as I say, get ourselves in the Champions League along with Chelsea in the game. Just I don't care what happens if we do get through tonight. We do pull this off and get through. Please, please, God, do not give us Barcelona. Do not give us Lyon. I don't know. There's only two. It's like, I think it's only four groups. Give us a group that doesn't have Juventus, Lyon, or as in the defending Champions League or Barcelona. Then. Let us face them later on down the line at some point, but not straight away. Give us a nice, comfortable group. I think we can sort of go. I mean, we did, apart from Barcelona, to be fair, apart from Barcelona last year in the group stage, the other two, Hoffenheim and Cody, or whatever we played, the other two we played in our group, it was a comfortable group, but we did make hard work of it in the end, and we just got through by goal difference. I think it was in the end. There's anything a second, and well, the big Wolfsburg in the quarterfinals and what. I'll be honest. I was glad that we got, even though we knew what was coming if we got through. I was still obviously, any football fan would be. I was still gutted that we got knocked out in the second leg. To go back quarter final, because it would be nice to play. You know, we would have known what was coming. To have that encounter again with Barca, and have not just obviously the new cup effect, but obviously us doing our thing at the Emirates. There's always this, hopefully, assuming we pull this off tonight, we will have another bite of the cherry. And Arsenal it's already been confirmed if we do qualify to not obviously qualify for the Champions League proper. The goalkeeper coming out there collecting the ball for Ajax there. Otherwise, Kate thought would have been in and possibly 2-0. I was saying, that's it. Arsenal for basically Arsenal. What was it? When they announced that obviously North London Derby is going to be at the Emirates before they did the announcement of Man United and Chelsea and stuff as well. They did say straight away, if Arsenal, the women's team, qualify for the Champions League proper, got group stages onwards, every home game Arsenal have this season in the Women's Champions League will be played at the Emirates. Which again will be interesting. Again, in terms of how Arsenal market, again, no matter what, every game can be midweek, so Tuesday or Wednesday, obviously. Apart from the final itself, and obviously that's not the Emirates, is it? So, but in terms of the actual all the games got into that thing, into that final, every home game is going to be midweek. That's, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it's going to be interesting how Arsenal learn from how they nose things up. In my opinion, anyway, last year, was it Ajax and attacking, was defend, well done. Well done, Vivian, well done. Caitlin, go on, get the ball at your feet. Well, go on, Caitlin, go on. Unlucky, trouble there. Got defending again now. Come on, girls, come on. We are in the final 10 minutes of this game. We're going into the final 8 minutes of the match plus injury time. Now. It was still 1-0 up Vivian with the come against Vivian Miedema from Holland as well. Big final fan, I apologise for that. Big final fan. As it stands, he scored the goal that could send Arsenal into the Champions League proper group stages ahead of arch rivals Ajax, from her perspective. But as I say about the marketing of last season, in terms of the marketing, they didn't really. they announced certain games will be at the inverts. They didn't really market it. They didn't really pump it. I mean, they pumped it to an extent in Northern Derby because they relied on it being it's International Week. It's a Saturday afternoon. They moved it to a back to a Saturday afternoon. It's joining the men's internationals. The North London derbies at the Emirates. These are the Oh, video's going off. Madam. Okay. Freedom Madam's coming off with Vivian Miedemar. That's an interesting stuff.
International midfielder.
Trying to show up check what we've got now, basically. It looks of it.
Ship home to the win, but he's attacking acumen.
I'm going to say now.
Right as well.
Yeah, saying about the market wasn't there. So as I say, the market to an extent they pushed it a bit more this year in terms of the last game of Northland and Derby. Sorry, they really was themselves like really pushing it. They got to admit they did do their bit for once. They didn't just announce it and then just do the occasional email to Arsenal members, etc. Or the occasional tweet once in blue moon. They really did do their bit to pump it up one set. Arsenal attack. Go on. Offside. Offside, what flag went up against Kate McCabe there.
Just ghosted, I think, into an offside position. She picked that one up.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. I think she was. I think she was on. Going for that free strain there.
Say it's the time that Arsenal shoot equaliser in the first leg.
But I don't. This is the thing with Arsenal now. I don't want to rode on the coattails of the Leah and Beth's and Lottie's success in the Euros, and when they've been crowned European champion, England as a whole, England being crowned European champions for women's game. I don't want to vote for one game sort of. Or we've got the record attendance now. We've got a record attendance for the WSL now, and tickets, and a record for the ticket sales and all that, and sort of let go and relax and take the foot off the gas and go back to what they did last season, where they announced it and they announced these things, but didn't really promote it the way they should have done. The way they did with the Northern Derby. They need to keep that going, keep that momentum going, up that ante even more. Go on. Get the ball, pass it. Just pass the ball. Pass the fucking ball.
To me, queuing up, was trying to walk the ball into the net. No one could quite get their shot away. Good play from McCabe.
We've been sent photos. Would be interesting. One second.
Get a tiny bit of space and time to level one at goal. So it all opened up initially for McCabe. Beautiful touch as she fell. Forward, good power, good poise. She couldn't shoot.
Milo is a gooner.
Pop closed it down.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I've just seen it. Yeah, I've just seen the thing you sent over. Okay. Nikita Trump has gone on for Chastity Grant.
She's back with the home team. Nikita Trump.
No, videos are not the best game management. I wouldn't go into Hazard anytime soon, right? Hey, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not getting involved in movies and like that. The European Cup wins a win. No, exactly. As a whole, we haven't won a. As a whole, if we want to include the women's side of things as well, we haven't won a European Cup as a whole since 2007. That's the women winning the Champions League under Vic Akers' guidance in 2007. The men haven't won a European title since 94. A European trophy since 94. But as a whole, we're going to include all the aspects of the cup here in terms of the women and all, including the women and all that. We have, as a club, we haven't won a European trophy since 2007. We're going to include it all as a whole. And you don't want to break it down and single it out as bit parts here and there. I can't say that because the media don't acknowledge that. It didn't happen. You know, it did have only 2 legs.
Still slippery conditions. Vladimir Williamson, get rid.
The irony is Emma Hayes. Oh, bloody hell, Ref. That's got to be a card to be given there. Got to be given. Beth Meeks has been completely wiped out here. Fuck's sake. Ref's got to give a card. I don't care. I don't care the offenders on the floor hurt as well. In the sense of obviously I want I don't want it. I don't want the player to be injured or this, that, and the other. I want her to be punished for. And Lee Williamson's absolutely kicking off because Beth's just been completely wiped out, smacked in the face and wiped out. The ref's blown the whistle, got the treatment, got the players getting their treatment, but she's not giving no yellow card to the offender. At least a yellow card to the offender there. And Leah Williamson's going off on one, like you say. Definitely could, because of the aspect of the injury, she couldn't have to go off because of concussion, because it's a proper head-on-head collision. It's amazing how the offender's up and okay now. Yeah, she's up and okay, walking around like nobody's business. But Beth Mead now on the floor again. She could have to go off because due to concussion now, the rules of concussion, she could have to go off now. Or someone's being booked. I swear, if Leah gets booked for fucking protesting against the referee's lack of taking account for the actions of what happened, and not being first.
Received field treatment and stepped over to the side. By the way, in the game, 12 attempts at
someone was down for a bit. You're completely flying out, don't you? Oh, she did Lisa Dawn, that's it. Lisa Dawn, I'm sorry, something that's different. For Ajax number 4, she's been booked. She has been booked. Okay, it didn't show her being booked. It's all writing the name down. But she had to give something, because accidental or not, coming together or not, it's dangerous. That could have completely screwed Beth Mead's not easy enough, basically. How much injury time are we going to get, guys? Come on, guys and girls, how much injury time are we going to get? Come on. I think because of this stoppage, we're going to get an extra couple of minutes on top of what we normally get anyway. Beth Mead's been taken off. Nina Hurling's been brought on for Beth Mead. Yeah, I told you she'd have to be taken off. 5 minutes injury time, everyone. 5 minutes. Is that an SBL? Wouldn't have There's a Swedish fall. Steve, I don't think so. One minute. Double check. But Beth Mead has now just gone off because of the head. I'm assuming I can as a concussion. For a sub, basically. Because it was a proper. It wasn't just like a knock on the face. It was a proper 2-head bang. No, Lena's on the bench. What's going on? On the screen, it came up saying Beth Mead has gone off for Lena Hurling, and they've just gone to the on the screen, went to the bench, and Lena Hurling's on the bench still. You know, shorts are there, but she's a tracksuit top on. Beth Mead's walking about. Are we playing with 10 players? Beth has literally been guided by the team physio around the pitch to go down the tunnel. Oh.
Need services in the coming week. There is a week or so with no action, and then Reading away, Liverpool away, last time at home. The games WSL.
Even the Arsenal Twitter account is checking this. There's a break to play. Beth Mead has been received treatment for a head injury. She's then replaced by Lena Hurley. But I'm there watching, and she's literally the cameras have gone to the bench, and she's there. Lena Hurley is there on the bench, just sitting there, with tracksuit top on. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Well done. Go, 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 go. Have a look. Oh, we've got, get the ball back, get the ball back, get the ball back, defend, defend, defend. Easy. 2 more minutes, guys, and we're through. No, 3 minutes. Is it 5 or 6? 6, sorry. Not like 5 before. Sorry, my apologies. 6 was halfway through the injury time. Yay. We had a far better performance as a whole this week. Again, compared to last week, where we showed Ajax respect and let them have some tempo in the game and have chances. We've literally limited them to like one shot on goal the entire match tonight. It was an easy collection for the goalkeeper as well, Zinsberger. Yeah, she's on the bench. We're playing with 10 players. Lena Hurley has not come on the pitch. No matter what the Arsenal's Twitter says, and what Arsenal has said on the screen there, Lena Hurley has not come on. She's on the bench chilling in a tracksuit top. Training top, you know what I mean. Gary said it should have been in red as well. How that different to a player leaving a high foot? Well, there's that going on. I'm going to the safety of the play of Beth Mead as well. So there's that technical consideration there. But my main point here is if Arsenal put on the screen, as you've seen, and everyone else watching the game has seen, if you're not watching it, but you're keeping an eye on the Arsenal Twitter feed, even the Arsenal women's Twitter feed is saying Beth Mead's gone off has been subbed for and Lena Hurley, our new striker, has come on. But she's on the bench. I've seen her now twice since then on the bench like that with a training top on, chatting away to her teammates. We're playing with 10 players. What is going on? The foul. In the last 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Come on. That's baffled me. I'm sorry. It's not just me, guys, is it? It isn't just me. That's lost the plot here. I also claim to make this up. I've seen Beth. She has gone off. She has been walked She has been walked off towards our changing rooms. Yeah. It came up on the screen that she'd gone off. Lena Hurley's come on. Come on, full time comes. We are in the Champions League proper. Bit of controversy at the end. Bit of a mind fuck at the end there. Did the sub happen, or was she just forced off and we'll make a sub? I don't know what's gone on there. But we're through. Vivian Miedema with the goal. Final fan. Using that rivalry to her advantage and putting us through at their expense to the Champions League proper. For the second year in a row, we are now properly in the Champions League group stages. Bring on the group stages. Yeah. Apart from Barcelona. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind actually. I know defending champions and all that, but I wouldn't mind Liam because of the Donia Van der Donk reunion, which could be a very interesting one considering it'd be her up against her playing her ex and ex's other half. Along with her ex team. But as a better form, I'm happy tonight. A lot happier than what I was last week. Obviously, we're through that, makes me even more happier. Considering we had lost Raphael near the end of the first half as well, 2 injury. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not too bad. But the entire 90 minutes, was a 90-minute performance, far better than last Tuesday in the first leg. We controlled the game. Whenever Ajax had the ball, we were in their face, we got the ball back. We didn't show any respect this week, like we did last week. Got in their faces, got the job done. And I can't complain. We're through. We've got the main thing is we got the job done. We knew what we had to do, and we got the job done. And if all people would have scored and me and goal and put us through, it had to be Vivian, didn't it? As I say, I keep saying the Vivian factor of her being she's a final fan, had to be her basically. And yeah, bit of controversy at the end, obviously, as I say, even Guy's touched on it, and a few of the guys are touching it as well. Beth getting absolutely clattered in the face. Heads come together. I'm sort of going now. It should have been a red card. I'm shocked. I also, at one point, did not just get anything. The fact that the offender got up, play acted that she was injured, got up, looked fine, whilst Beth was seriously down and having to receive treatment to the point where she had to come off the pitch and then, I don't know what I went on, but we'll get back to that in a bit. But she had to go off and go into the changing rooms ahead of the tick before whistle went. For me, it did warrant a red card. Like Gay said, how's that any different from a player who leaves his leg in and hits the knee or a high boot and things like that? There's no difference. And I knew the second she went down, in fact Beth was properly down and she wasn't moving. I knew there was a very 90% chance, she was going to be taken off at the end there as for concussion reasons. And I'd rather almost do the right thing and take her off because of that. But it's just the angst of she didn't get the start. She comes on, she makes more of a fretted impact in that sense as well, down that wing, like we've become accustomed to. And have created a few chances, and then if that player isn't there to do that, she's potentially a way to create a second and win, finish tie off and put us through a couple of minutes ahead of time. And it's for me that sort of ruined the end of it now. Sort of, as I say, it's a bit, but I'm happy in the sense of we've got as a performance. It was a far better performance. I keep saying that it's a far better performance than the entire match. We did not show any respect tonight because in their home team tonight, we didn't show them no respect compared to last week. We got in their faces. They had one shot at goal that was on target. I mean, and it was like the easiest shot for Zinsberg at the save. We were solid. We were defensively resolute, even with the slight shake-up in losing Raphael in the first half, like we did, and bringing Lottie on. I can't complain. I really can't complain. I'm happy in that sense that we did what we did tonight. Better performance, as I keep saying. Vivian scores a goal for a final, especially for a final. Connections are perfect. And yeah, we're the better team. And over the course of tonight's match, we deserve to go through. So I'm not going to complain at all. Oh dear, one second. Hurry up. Mike's on, my wife says.
Sorry?
Mike is on. Oh dear. Stefan saying that. What did I say last week? I knew the tie wasn't over. It was just last Tuesday, in that first leg, I was disappointed because we obviously, even though the first half was poor from us, the second half was far better. We had a far better team in that second half. took the lead from a Kim Little winning goal as well. Winning goal. Kim Little penalty as well. Took the lead in that game. Again, completely dominating. And one moment we switched off in the last few minutes of that game, and they got a draw out last week, and it was just like, really, did it really have to go down that way? But it is what it is. We dusted ourselves down. We went to Tottenham, got the win. Well, didn't go to Tottenham. They came to us. Went to the Emirates, beat Tottenham, and we carried that confidence over to tonight as a whole. As I say, the entire match, the far better team, and we deserved on the night to go through. And as Ridley says, Champions League for the second year in a row. By the way, here we come. I'd be honest. I think we're quite there yet to win it, but I'd absolutely piss myself if our women's team wins the Champions League again. By the way, again before Chelsea and Emma Hayes does. I'll absolutely obliterate them. I'll be loving it every second of it. Talking of which, is it 1-1 yet or 2-1? Let's have a look. Well, it's 1-1 half time. Fran Kirby. Shock horror. Fran Kirby scores for Chelsea. Can't score for England, but scores for fucking Chelsea. Is that on? Let's have a look at that. What's that? I might watch the end of that. Get off there. No, what's going on? BBC Two? That's the one. BBC Two. There you go. You're in the UK. Go. Anyone that's living in the UK, if you want to watch another game of football, it's half time currently at Kings Meadow, by the way. Just turned it over now. Yeah. Obviously, enjoy the rest of your night and watch some more football. BBC Two. Chelsea v West Ham. It's, as I say, West Ham was winning. And going in the 40th minute, Van Kirby scores at Chelsea. So it's currently 1-1 at half time. In your bed. Merlin, what you doing? Merlin. What a weird dog you are. Go on. I don't want to. Oh, sorry, you don't. Jonas is in the chat, says Leon and Barca look so good, mate. They will be the top two favourites of Champions League, obviously. Leon are defending champions, former champions of Barca. They are the two teams to look to beat. In terms of the group stage, they're the two teams to avoid in the group stage. But also they'll be going forward from the knockout or the quarterfinals onwards. They're going to be the teams if you want to have any sort of chance of winning, you need to be knocking these teams out, or hoping they get knocked out along the way. Because, yeah, depending on what kind of a way you are, ranking wise and all that. When is the draw? I'll have a look actually. I'll look now. Try and see if I can find out in Google. Let's have a look. Google. Sorry. Wait. What's it doing? Women's. League draw 22-23. He's not telling me anything. I'll have to look into that. Oh, here we go. Monday, the draw. Monday, yeah. Doesn't give me 12 p.m. British summer time. 12 p.m. UK time. The Champions League wins group stage draw. We'll find out on Monday afternoon. He's fine. Leave him alone. Good win for the. Oh, saying all that. Ex-Gooness Emma Hayes doesn't like to admit it, but she is. Yeah, as I say, we over the course of tonight, we deserved to go through. We deserved to win. We deserved to go through. So again, I'm not going to sit here and complain. If I'm around Monday, I will do either a live reaction, like live draw reaction, or a live reaction after the draw is made or whatever, depending on who we get. Basically, if it's worth doing, if it's not a winnable group, like teams that we should be walking away with, like there's no Barcelons or Leons or Juventus and etc. or Wolfsburgs, but somehow, I won't bother obviously. But if it's like we got one of the big guns alongside us, then yeah, that's a different matter. Vidji asking for prediction for Saturday. North London Derby. I won't be here because I'll be at the game myself along with Gary and pretty much everyone else in the YouTube community, pretty much, that can get there. I'm trying to think, actually. I think obviously going by form, the men's team will win, I swear to God. I think we should going by the form and all that, we should win. Long we turn up as a whole, so collectively turn up on the day. Even though it is an early kickoff here in the UK, at 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. Long as we turn up, we should be fine. I think it'll be our first proper test, as they say. But we should win. I'm gonna go for Arsenal. Yeah, at the camera, you. I'm going for 3-0 win Arsenal. Because I think our defensively, we can keep the likes of Kane and Son very quiet. My main concern is we need to make sure, one way or the other, oh, bloody hell. We need to make sure Jesus does not get a booking on Saturday. Otherwise, he misses the Liverpool game the following week. Because he's already got 4 bookings. You piss off. Go away. Don't be on top of me every 5 seconds. I predict. How's that fence, Tom? How's that fence? Is it prickly enough here? Does it hurt? That's the splinters. Oh dear. Hope you battered them. I hope so too. I really do hope so, because that'd be brilliant for not just the women to do it last Saturday, but for our lads to do it as well. Back to back North London Derby wins at the Emirates. Expect in 7 days. I'll be unbearable. I'll be coming back home, resting up for a couple of hours, setting up a stream for Match of the Day, and really going in on top the entire stream. Like you would not believe if that happens. Oh dear. Also, one to that. Oh, that's clear. That's fine. In terms of going forward, and from Saturday, almost that stream, I will be making a giveaway announcement. So I say that's going to start. I'm doing basically going to be doing giveaway for 2 items on this channel. All become clear on Saturday, obviously, and they're going to start from Saturday, and it's going to run until early December. So you've got plenty of time to enter and take part in both giveaways, basically, and have a chance of winning some, I think, really good prizes. I just hope Arsenal win. Mate, I'm going to be unbearable otherwise. I'll be a bear for sore head if we lose, even if it's 1-0. or whatever, and we lose, I'll be so unbearable. I'll be like, ugh. What I unbearable, I'll be so downhearted and so vexed off. You wouldn't want me to do a stream, but I'm going to do a stream just because the reason you won't want me to do it because I'll be so like, fuck off. Leave me alone, because I know for a fact all the little fucking gremlins will be fucking searching out all my channels like this one and all the others and fucking giving us grief, and I'm gonna be like, fuck off. Go away. Will you take a draw? No, it's Tottenham, of course not. It's Tottenham, just no. Home or away, I wouldn't take a draw. Win at all costs. Even when we were superiorly better to them, it's like win at all costs. I don't accept draws against them. Not. I mean, they will celebrate like it's a fucking win, but still. Point. What your predictions? Before we wrap things up, what are your predictions for Saturday? I will be doing a podcast either Thursday or either tomorrow or Friday. Probably Friday actually now. As a match preview, basically, and a bit of a catch up as well with the guys. It's been a while since we've done a podcast because of circumstances and all that. Also, I keep forgetting to say as well, mine and Andrew's weekly podcast will be coming back very, very soon. It's just taken a bit of a break, respectively, for the last month or so, because Andrew's had some stuff. He's had to handle his private life, privately basically, and he hasn't had time to basically come and do the podcast and all that. But they will be the weekly podcast that me and him do on a Sunday. That will get the Q&A, so that's football chat. That will be coming back very soon in the next week or two. But as I say, then that'll be literally more likely on a Sunday. Keep to the Sunday schedule after the game on whatever game it is on that Sunday as well. As I say, podcast, there's going to be another pod in terms of that side. As I say, more likely to be a podcast on Friday night previewing the game ahead for Saturday, and then trying to think. Then there was a match of the day on the match of the day live stream Saturday evening. Then on Sunday, I think probably more likely a podcast review, player ratings, whatever you call it, to whatever happens on Saturday. And yeah, from then on in, I go from there. As I say, I will be covering the England women's international break as well. So England versus the USA, and I think I'll double check and say, but the second game, the other game in the international break as well, I'll be covering that as well, along with all the Arsenal men's content as well. In between, so do keep an eye out for that. Do smash the like and subscribe to the channel, and share the content. I keep saying it. Because the more you guys share, either WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, there's pages, or social media in general. The more you share, and people use that link that you use to share it around, YouTube see that, and then they then promote them. They see it as something that's clearly seemed worthy of promoting themselves on YouTube by the algorithm. And it gets more new faces in and grows this community even quicker than we initially expect, basically. Again, new faces, more banter, more laughs. And yeah, just again, having a lot of fun along the way. But yeah. We need the noise level to turn max. Oh mate, I've been for the last. In terms of with COVID and all that aside for a sec, because the COVID season wasn't known as at the Emirates of that one. But since Wenger's left, I've been at the Unai North London, but both Unai North London. I was the 4-2 and the 2-2. I've then been at the North London derby last year, because obviously that's the first one we could go to since between the 2-2 and then because of the lockdown season and all that. So I've been to the last, in terms of being possible to be there, the last three, North London derby at the Emirates, where fans have been allowed to go. My king God. You don't, in them particular times, especially I think for me, out of them all, I think last year's North London derby slightly tops the 4-2. Thought the 4-2 one comes second, and 2-2. The 2-2 obviously comes third because it's a draw. But atmosphere-wise, all three have been all absolutely insane. Like from literally like 20-25 minutes before kickoff, fans are in the fucking stands and they are giving it. And Gary and a few others will be there to not justify it, to witness it and say, no, Ryan's telling the truth. It is that intense. No, Andrew himself has got a few things that are going that are affecting him. When I say affecting him, I mean in terms of things that are happening, basically, where he's not able to find the time to do even podcasts on his own channel. But yeah, it's nothing personal, like nothing to him per se. But it is stuff close to home, and yeah. But yeah, as I say, next week or so, I think we'll be back to normal on that side. I say that we'll be doing our weekly show back and forth again until further notice on our channel. The regular Sunday shows, along with again the other two podcasts we'll be doing. We'd normally do on a week-to-week basis. You've got three podcasts there. I do really want to bring in as well a fourth, so you get 4 podcasts a week, visually and audio. That fourth one in particular is more so dedicated to just talking, again, promoting and talking about all things Arsenal women, basically, and the women's side of the game, basically. I'm working to sort that out and get a regular weekly panel in place for that as well. So bear with me on that. And once that gets going, you will have 4 podcasts a week, visually and audio. So even if you miss the lives, you either watch back or listen to it back on all the audio platforms that usually you've become accustomed to. Sorry, one second. Bloody, it's a bit scrappy. 2-1 Chelsea, of course it is. Even though she's offside, they're giving the goal. Of course they have. And you got the cameras have gone down and they go, who's she offside? Even though they're giving the goal, she's complaining. I swear West Ham might piss me off. I told them that Chelsea would win this. Well, they wouldn't lose anyway. What was the score? Adam asking. It was 1-0 Arsenal. Vivian Miedemar with the winning goal. 1-0 in the night. 3-2 aggregates. Arsenal through to the Champions League group stage. The draw is on Monday, 12 p.m. UK time. And we find out who we get in the group stage properly. But with that, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. And see you guys very soon. On Wednesday. So see you guys again on Saturday for the Match of the Day stream. Also, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe, do smash that like button, and do share the content around it. That's massively help. All 3 things massively help the channel grow. If you want to become a member, all the information is at the bottom of the screen here. You've got 2 options: a 99p option or £2.99. All the options are all there. Everything's laid out as it is, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Whatever one you choose, but either way, you'll be getting a lifetime discount code as well for channel merchandise as well, and other benefits as well. And as I say, on Saturday, big announcement on channel giveaways giveaways. Listen to that, or ways, giveaways. There's more than one thing being put up here. And Arsenal fan or not, I think you're going to love them. But it's going to start on Saturday, and it's going to run until early December, and the winner will be in early December. So whoever does win the respective giveaways, they will get the respective prizes, hopefully, touch wood, before Christmas. Just before Christmas. But trust me, you won't laugh at it, but you be outstanding of what I've got for you guys and that side of things. And just to remind you, at some point during the off month of the World Cup, basically, where you've got to say World Cup and no club football, I have been able to land. I'm still waiting to hear back from one person, but as I mentioned before in the previous streams, Paul Davis has agreed to come on his channel for a podcast at some point during the World Cup. We just got to sort out, fit in a set date in place, time and date. But Paul Davis, Arsenal legend Paul Davis, will be coming onto the channel live for you guys. And we'll obviously talk about all things about his book. He just released his Arsenal days and what he thinks currently of this current squad of players and how far that he thinks they could go, etc., etc. And potentially have a bit of time, within reason, obviously, might be able to take some of your questions as well. As long as you don't overstep the mark, I'm sure you won't have any problem. It's 3-1 now. In answering your questions, you give away some Motorhead t-shirts. You have to wait and see. That's all I'm saying. Oh dear, but until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Oh, again, as I say, we'll see Saturday after the event of the North London Derby. Hopefully, I'll be in a very boyish, happy mood. If I'm not, prepare yourselves for a very upset and pissed off Arsenal fan. Just saying. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the other side. As always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you gunners.